Hey there, fellow creators. Welcome back to the deep dive from us here at the Indie Leverage Smart Shopper Department.
Yep, we're back doing the homework so you don't have to digging into the gear that really matters for creators like you now.
Exactly. Music artists, podcasters, video folks, anyone making cool stuff. We're trying to help you shop smarter.
Think of it as, just an honest chat between creators. Does the tech live up to the hype? For this deep dive, we're looking at the new Apple 2024 MacBook Pro.
The 14-inch one specifically, with the M4 chip.
Right, the M4. And the configuration we looked at in the source material had 16 gigs of unified memory and a 512 gig SSD space black finish.
So is it a smart buy for your creative setup? Let's unpack what the source's product details reviews actually tell us.
Okay, first thing, price. Always important.
Yeah. The sources, well, they showed it on Amazon for $1,469 new.
And there was a used, new option mentioned too, right? Around $4,434.
Yep, $4,434.51.
Yeah.
So it's already a bit under the $14 to $99 list price. Some movement there.
Okay. And the big headline is supercharged by M4. That's the claim.
Right.
The specs say 10-core CPU, 10-core GPU in this model. And you got to connect that back to, actual creative work.
Like what specifically?
Well, think about heavy audio projects, lots of plugins running, or rendering video timelines, maybe complex Photoshop stuff, DaVinci Resolve.
Gotcha. That kind of power should mean things just run smoother, faster.
Exactly. Less waiting around, hopefully, more creating.
The source material also mentions it's built for Apple Intelligence and push of the privacy angle. Data stays on the device.
Yeah, that's potentially a big deal if you handle sensitive client work or just value your privacy, Worth noting.
And then there's battery life.
Yeah.
Crucial for creators on the move.
Huge. The claims are, up to 24 hours video streaming?
And 16 hours wireless web. But here's the bit I found really interesting for creators.
What's that?
The sources say the performance is the same whether you're plugged in or running on battery.
Oh, that is interesting. No throttling just because you're not near an outlet.
Right. Think about rendering or recording on the go. You need that consistent power.
Definitely. Okay, what about the screen? Visuals are obviously key for a lot of creators.
Yeah, it's a 14.2-inch liquid Retina XDR display. The specs talk about up to 1600 nits peak brightness, so super bright.
Wow.
Wide P3 color, promotion up to 120 hertz.
Yeah.
It all adds up. For video editing, design, grading, having that brightness, color accuracy, and smoothness, it makes a difference.
No doubt. And for podcasters, maybe video creators too. The built-in camera and mics.
Good point. The source lists a 12MP center stage camera, 3 studio-quality mics, their words,
Right.
and a 6-speaker system with spatial audio.
So maybe less external gear needed for quick jobs or, on the road. Could be handy.
Could be. And speaking of gear, ports. We always need ports.
Tell me about it. What's the situation?
According to the source, 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports, super versatile. An SDXC card slot, thank goodness.
Nice.
An HDMI port, headphone jack, and the MagSafe 3 charger. Plus, it can drive external displays up to 2.6K or even 1.8K or high refresh 4K.
Okay, that's actually a pretty decent selection. Covers most bases, right?
Yeah.
Some users mentioned liking the port situation.
Yeah, seems like it. Oh, and you can add Apple Care plus Gulliv naturally.
Right. The insurance policy. Sources said $279 for 3 years from Amazon. Covers accidents, but with service fees.
Yep, $99 for screen damage, $299 for other stuff. Digital activation adds cost, but maybe peace of mind for some.
Okay, so that's the tech sheet, pretty much. But how does it feel to use according to actual creators? What did the reviews say?
Right, the real-world experience. Positives first. People seem genuinely impressed by the speed for demanding tasks.
Like what kind of tasks?
The reviews mention coding, multitasking, heavy apps, Photoshop, DaVinci Resolve, all running really smoothly.
Good to hear. What else?
The display gets tons of praise. Stunning visuals, amazing color, very bright screen, stuff like that.
Okay.
Also how it fits into the Apple ecosystem, seamless integration, works well with music production hardware apparently.
That's always a plus with Apple gear. And battery.
Big thumbs up there too. Very long, lasts forever. People seem really happy with the battery life. And build quality, too, gets mentioned a lot. Feels solid.
Solid build. One review even claimed it will last a decade, right?
Yeah, bold claim. And quite a few felt it was worth the price, especially if they snagged a deal.
Okay, but it can't be all sunshine, can it? Any downsides mentioned in those source reviews?
A few things popped up, yeah. Minor, maybe, but worth mentioning. One person worried about the speaker hole placement potential spills.
Okay. I can see that.
Another felt the trackpad was different. less responsive maybe compared to older models or their tapping style.
Interesting. Trackpad feel is pretty subjective, though.
True. And one user, oddly, upgrading from a really old 2015 model, didn't notice a huge speed jump for their specific tasks, which kind of goes against the grain of the other comments.
Huh. Okay. Anything else?
Just a minor note about file deletion being slightly tricky for one person. So yeah, mostly positive, but not totally flawless feedback.
Right. Good to have the full picture.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up for you, the creator out there trying to decide. Based just on the sources we looked at,
Yeah.
this 14-inch M4 MacBook Pro seems like a powerful machine for creative work. Great screen, good ports, really solid battery life that holds its performance, fits right into the Apple world.
And users generally seem happy with performance and build, despite a few little quirks mentioned.
Exactly. So our job here in the Smart Shopper department is just to lay out that info from the sources.
So you can figure out if it fits your workflow, your budget. That's the key.
Right. And just one final thought to leave you with, kind of circling back to that review.
Lasts a decade one.
Yeah. If people feel this thing has that kind of longevity, and you consider the price, how does that long-term value stack up for you as a creator, especially compared to maybe cheaper options up front?
That's definitely something to chew on. Food for thought.